Hello, trading is closed on October 11th, 2018. We're looking for a strong rally today at a very optimistic target that we came nowhere near. Fortunately, I have a standard rule that says gapping smartly in the undesired direction kills the call before the open, so we have to play by the rules, and that's killed. Looked for a pattern with an early low, late high. We got that. Tends to rally into the close when that doesn't happen. We either go over this high early tomorrow or we trade lower. It doesn't mean we have to close lower. Well, trading over 27.95.14 seems like quite a tall order to me, but futures are already in the 27.60s, and who knows. But if we don't do that, I think we'll see lower prices. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low. Doesn't mean we can't gap up first. We get to cross a few more numbers, a few more targets off the list. The market never forgets these. We have a few targets on the way down, but don't forget that major changes in trend and impulsive moves, that's when the system leaves failed targets. Other than that, since October 2 of last year, we just have this one target from July we almost hit, and one from May, and the rest have all printed. During the day, MEJT said ultimately higher price it would print. We don't usually have to wait long for these targets, but there's no time limit. MEJT said the drop wouldn't stick. It was false. He returned to this line. Said lower prices would print, but they wouldn't stick, and we returned to this line. That's already happened. Now, I had a number of reasons I was looking for a rally today. One was, here's your TDST line, and that's support. Support didn't hold. We're actually now at the TDST line, support on the weekly chart. Whether or not that's going to hold, I have no idea. Another reason I was optimistic about today's trade was we had a volume spike over 3 million on the futures. That's usually a reliable sign of a bottom. Did a number on me by printing a higher spike, and here's a bar completely under the Bollinger Band. Normally, these are associated with panic lows, but I don't think there's much normal about the decline we're in. It doesn't happen like with the intensity of this decline very often. This as recently as October 3rd, we were one of the fraction points away from the all-time high, just a week and a day ago. But if we rally from here, I can explain it. If we drop lower, I'd expect volume to go up. Now, as far as a long-term pattern, that's a bit clearer. I think this high is going to hold for a long time. Here's our pattern. We had this A. We said this was a consolidation for a B. And all year long, we've been waiting for a wave blue C of comparable force and magnitude to this A. And that's what we've been looking for. And that's what we are in the process of seeing right now. And I think this is the most likely way to count things, with that being 3 and this being an AB and we're in wave C. But it's not really the only way to count things, particularly when I think this high has a good likelihood of being the end of a 9.5-year bull. What if this is the count? What if that's A and that's B and that's C? What if that's C and that A are related? And what if this ending diagonal triangle is really wave 5. If that's wave 5, it's 61.8% of wave 1, right on the nose. This isn't what most wave 4s look like, but it doesn't break any rules, and so it's possible, although not my preferred count, that we've seen wave 5 end already. Tomorrow's one of those days where it's hard to call. We either clear this early or trade lower. Doesn't mean we close lower. We're very oversold, and if you just go short and hold on to it, you can get whipsawed, but good, just like the people who went short right here. And that's today's call.